Ce forum de 2 jours en est une d'une importance capitale pour la communauté anglophone du Québec en matière d'éducation et vitalité. Le programme consiste de sessions impressionnantes sur une variété de sujets d'actualité livrés par des éducateurs, des chercheurs, des membres influents de notre communauté. Et je suis réellement honoré de faire partie de cette conférence.
So, I think forums like this allow people formal and informal occasions to discuss with one another. And, it's an opportunity to get together to discuss how important our institutions are to the community. Institutions like school boards, CEGEPS, universities. We heard from Principal Lebel-Grenier of Bishops about the situation with the new tuition structure that's being proposed. So all of those things allows us, I think, to come away with a better understanding of some of the challenges we face and how we respond as a community.
But we're extremely concerned as to what university will survive. Okay, so this is really our identity that's at stake here. Our community is also very much concerned that this has been framed as a language issue. No one in the Eastern Townships is claiming that the presence of bishops and the more or less 800 Canadian out-of-province students is endangering the French language.
Our Francophone counterparts, I think that's fantastic and I hope it continues.
So I think one of the messages that kept coming up over and over again was this issue of collaboration and the importance of cooperation, collaboration, the need to build partnerships. That came out again and again, and I think that was something that a lot of people will take away from this conference. I think this message that English language institutions are very open and interested in working with the government and working with the ministries. We're not the enemies of French. That need to change the discourse.
Somewhere around the 40-year mark when we started teaching. I was able to talk to a few different people doing some really great projects and hearing about these great projects that they're working with arts as a creative source for self-expression, or they're working with neurodivergent learners, and they're working with a diaspora of French-speaking Anglophone population across the country. Hearing about the projects that they're doing inspired me to think, well, how can I connect with them? How can my world as a vocational training consultant, how can my world connect and benefit from their expertise?
I was really interested in and impressed by the Scattered initiative, which I thought was a really cool and novel sort of take on creativity and the arts when it comes to education, and really shows the value of the arts when it comes to helping young people in the classroom and in their lifelong learning.
Qu'est-ce qui m'a inspiré dans cet événement? Ce sont les occasions de partage. Partage de projets, partage d'idées, partage de pratiques qui peuvent m'inspirer dans mon expérience de chaque jour, trouver de nouvelles idées. C'est ce que je cherche toujours dans ce genre d'activité. Ce genre d'événement, selon moi, amène des gens ensemble de plusieurs horizons. Avec une expertise très variée.
What interested me about the forum was the varied opportunities, different learning opportunities, speakers who came in presenting their research but also their experiences in the English community. I work with youth specifically, so hearing about what has been researched and learned by these different researchers is very interesting to me because it applies to what I am able to then offer in terms of resources and PD opportunities to our community school network.
There are a multitude of communities that are battling the different issues facing education in this province, and yet we are all together on the journey that we have to go through to getting this to be a place where we want it to be.
So events like this where we can connect with other members of the English language community are really important because it allows us an avenue to have discourse between sometimes seemingly unrelated silos. This is an event where there's no pressure to to produce anything other than discourse in between members about things that they want to talk about and things that are on their brain and conundrums that they're having. And forums like QUESCREN allow us to be able to do that and bring in seemingly unrelated topics, and finding that we do have an ability through dialogue, an ability to connect.
What we've been able to do through these 2 days is to have a really good dialogue between the key players, both government representatives, all levels of government, community representatives, and institutional representatives. And I recall at one point when the Secrétaire Général Greffier, the person changed, had a new person, a new boss, I asked him, so what do you expect of the Secretariat and of me? And he said, you're meant to be our eyes and ears on the ground. And I think this kind of conference is an amazing opportunity for us to play that role and to be confronted with good, bad, and otherwise, the kind of perspective that English speakers through their institutions and organizations might want to share with among themselves and with government.
What I feel that I'm taking away from this forum is the different resources that are available to the English-speaking community, but also our numbers and the work that good people are putting in to raise awareness, to showcase to our community at large throughout Quebec as well, that English-speaking Quebecers are willing to work in French, to speak in French, to live in French, that we are an asset to our communities.
I really have to say the presentations have been a model of deep knowledge, commitment, and integrity. And it's really meaningful and moving for many of us in the room to see that over and over and over again. The efforts, the resilience, the creativity people have, finding solutions in sometimes very complex and challenging environments is truly an inspiration. And finally, thanks to everyone in the room, the bitter enders who have stayed and who are here now. So I'll end on that note. Merci beaucoup. Puis c'est le temps de lever une verre pour dire merci à tout le monde. Au revoir.